on Wi-Fi today, so
gotta love it.
There we are. We are live. Hey guys, Coach Chamberlain here, Coaching 101 podcast. We are coming to you from the Texas High School Coaches Association Coaches School here in the great town of San Antonio, Texas. Big town.
Yes.
There's a lot going on around here. So what did you say? It's like 15,000 coaches?
It's like 12 to 15,000, I think.
And along with another 10,000 vendors probably.
Yes.
So for every coach here, there's a vendor. Run and shake your hand and tell you what we do good. One of those vendors is Ace Sports. Ace Sports is... We do video boards. You see it in the background now. I know y'all have seen this before. I've been talking about it for literally years now, how they are the cheat code to fundraising. If you don't have a video board up in your stadium yet, you're missing out, number one, how cool it is for the kids. But two, the fundraising opportunities. And we're talking big ticket item fundraising. If your school needs stadiums, if it needs turf, if it needs whatever, the video board should be your first the piece you go get, because it will bring in the money for the rest of them. Mm-hmm. Kenny Simpson is the shining example in our area, neck of the woods. He's put up 2 boards, one at different schools, Searcy, Arkansas, and then, of course, there, Batesville, South Side. But the guy is in, like, $700,000 in the black or something after 5 years or 6 years, 7 years. Like, if you could tell me I was going to put $100,000 in your pocket every year just by putting up a video board, I don't know who wouldn't do that.
Advertisement is a huge piece of everything, and that's an easy way to do it.
Yeah.
Roll them through. Yeah,
super easy. And we've talked Ace Sports all day, and we'll continue because they're amazing. And they brought us here to San Antonio. But we're talking farm to table. They manufacture the pieces. They're going to come out and install them. They're going to service them. I was just listening to Jason's the owner, and he was over talking with another guy that has an issue with a third party that now we're 3 months out on a part. That's not how Ace does it. When their service truck shows up, every piece that they could possibly need to put on your board is coming in that truck, and they're going to have it fixed that day. That's kind of, I guess, yet another great piece of the Ace Sports promise, if you will. So it's great. So acesports.com. You can email mark.bridges@acesports.com. You can DM me, and I'll get you in the right place. Coach, let's talk ball, man.
Let's do it.
First of all, an introduction is due.
Okay.
I'm excited to talk ball with you. I've seen some of your cohorts, some of the guys you've coached with. So just shoot us an introduction. Who are you? Where you been?
My name is Bobby Leidner, and I am the defensive coordinator at Highland Park High School here in Texas. It's in the Dallas Metroplex. It's a historically very strong program. I've been coaching for probably 21 years. I started in DeSoto, Texas, coached 6 years there, just middle school all the way up to varsity position coach, and then came to Highland Park, and I've been there for 17 years, where I coached freshman football, I coached D-line, now the defensive coordinator, just worked my way up and worked through it. So it's a little who I am. I teach anatomy and physiology at the high school. I teach aquatic science this year is going to be new for me.
Go.
So we'll see what that's all about.
Hey, as a biology degree holder and a coach who teaches biology, I love it. Let's go.
I used to teach biology, but it's a tested subject, and so I really like the seniors. I have seniors in both anatomy and aquatic, and I like the idea of just having juniors and seniors that they get school, like they get it. They know how it works. They don't have to worry about freshmen that come in and don't know how the high school works.
Can't figure it out yet, right?
Yes. So
that's
what I like about it.
Make life a little harder on the teacher, but
no doubt.
But sometimes
not as much as for coaches, just because we're coaches. They get it. They understand how that works. But and we can always just go if they are giving you a hard time, like, well, we'll go take care of this out of football, and we'll get that fixed. So
there you go.
Yeah.
We had Coach Melton on earlier, and I know that you said that he was defense coordinator there with you or before you took over. He kind of passed the torch.
Yeah.
So big piece I want to talk today is just you've done the state championship thing, right? You got a few rings, and then kind of it's your turn to sit on the throne, right? For this DC position. What does life after that look like? Like, you won the state championship. He moved off and became a head coach. Now it's your turn. How'd that work?
Well, so we won. We actually won state championship in 2016, 2017, and 2018. And in 16 and 17, the defensive coordinator, his name was Don Woods, and he's now the defensive coordinator at Dallas Jesuit. And he's who gave me my first start in Highland Park as a position coach, as a D-line coach. So working for him, I owe a lot of my success and the ability I've had to move up to him, because he taught us things like how to teach the game and teach defensive football the right way with stuff that we still use today. Like we go through stance, alignment, keys, responsibility, technique, and drills, and that's how we teach defensive football. Like that's what we do. And then he put an emphasis on being the best tackling team in Texas. So we do tackle circuit every Monday, earning the right to make a play by getting off blocks, and that's our block destruction circuit that we do every Tuesday. So instead of relying on each position coach to work tackling and block destruction in their own individual time, we do circuits so that because everybody's got to be able to do it. And so I learned that from him. And then when he left, Cale took over and just kind of continued it. And he brought what Cale brought to it. He was the inside linebackers coach at the time. What he brought was a pressure mentality. And so really bringing pressure and some of the stuff that he does, that we learned and that we do, or that we still do, is just lots of pressure with putting pressure on a high school quarterback, and in tons of different ways. And so learned kind of that from him. And then we won it, like I said, 2016, 2017, we won the state championship with Don as the DC. 2018, we won it with Cale as the DC. The next year, I think we ended up losing in the third round, I believe. And then that's when Cale got the head position. And so that next year was my opportunity. Coach Allen moved us up, made me the defensive coordinator, but that was COVID. And so
everybody's favorite year.
We had a great time learning how to have meetings online and figuring out how we're going to practice at distance. And
6 feet between everybody.
Wear your mask and all this stuff. So that was my first year as a defensive coordinator. So that was a lot of fun. But it was good. Like it was learning, and I think every year, first off, I'm really blessed with a great staff, and so every year we learn something different. The last year was our first year back in 5A. We had been in 6A, the largest classification, the 2 previous years, and played 2 killer teams. Denton Geyer, who was loaded. They're always loaded. They were really good, and they beat us. We played South Lake the next year. Same thing. They're loaded. They're always loaded. They're really good, and they beat us. But like those instances were like really good learning experiences for us as a staff, for our players, and for our program. That you talked about coming out of a state championship years. Well, like there's some of those years the first 2 years we were really base defense driven. In 18 we were blitz pressure driven, but like being able to mesh all of that together and learning what our kids do well and just kind of how to do that. That's what I think we've learned the most of. And last year we had the opportunity. We had a really good defense. We got a chance to play in the state championship. We unfortunately didn't win it. We ran into Smithson Valley, which is here in the San Antonio area, and they were really good, a really good program. They played their absolute best game. They got us, and they earned every bit of it. Like it was a great game, but unfortunately we just didn't come out on top. But we're back in the state championship, and I'm hoping that we can do the same this next year. So
what was it like trying to fill those shoes? So I mean, obviously a three-peat is pretty big.
Yes.
And I have never coached in Texas, but I understand what Texas football is, a machine. It'll grind you up, right?
Yes.
So to get there and be successful 3 years in a row, did you feel the pressure of that when you took over as the DC? Was it like, man, we've got to go win another one?
Well, I don't know.
You had the off year, it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't feel like the pressure. It's the pressure to. The pressure. I don't feel the pressure that like, hey, we've got to go win another one, because for our kids and our program, the expectation. It's the expectation every year. So like, yes, that pressure is there, but like our kids, that's their expectation. Is it's state championship or bust, like every year, and so that pressure's always there, but it's not something that I guess I don't feel it as pressure, because it's ingrained in our kids like that's what we're trying to do. And so like when our senior class graduates the next year, that's their goal. It's the state championship. And each year when our captains and player committee go out and put their goals on the board, that's the top goal, is a state championship. And so we play for he's a few 30 wins away from being the winningest coach in Texas high school history, Randy Allen. And our kids, that we've won 6 state championships at Highland Park over the course of its existence, 100-year existence, 100 plus. And it's the winningest program in the state of Texas. And so I think that any pressure is already there. So right. I've just already, I'm used to it. Like, it's just kind of how it is.
It's in this world where, and I am the shining example of I'll go to another school. I chase knowledge, right? Mm-hmm. I want to coach with great coaches. I want to learn something new. This will be my 6th season. It'll be my first time to repeat a season at a school. Then I'll be with Bristow there in Oklahoma. But it is a time where just being, you said you've been there 17 years, right? Is that right? At Highland Park. And so to be there and see it stay so consistent, I'm sure that helps. But you're already ingrained in it's championship or bust.
No doubt. And that's, it's a tribute to our community. Our community is great. Parents are great. The kids are great. But it's a tradition of excellence, and it doesn't matter in what it is. In community education, it's a battle to be that valedictorian or salutatorian, and they're fighting for every grade point, and it's competition. And then
I love it.
Whether it's if it's football or cheerleading or band, our community is they want to be the best at everything, and so it's already there that.
I love it. All right, let's talk X's and O's, Coach. I ain't got to talk any X's and O's today.
Okay.
Odd front, even front.
We're an odd front. We base out of a 3-4, but we are really multiple. We run a little bit of everything.
I think if you're an odd front, you have to be multiple, because when they go too tight, what are you going to do?
That's right.
You're not odd front anymore.
You're not odd front.
I guess you can bring 5 down.
Yes.
But you're not going to be a 3 front anymore.
Right. We run a little bit of everything. I took some of the Melton pressure. We do bring a lot of pressure. I think it's important to put pressure on a high school quarterback and have somebody make a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid try and beat you. We do run a lot of man-free concepts, probably, which has been a change for us. I mentioned that we lost to Denton Geyer 3 years ago. And we learned a lot about us in there. We can't sit in. We used to run. We still do. We call it our blue coverage, which is just read 2. We ran a lot of that, and then we would roll 3 a lot, but because we're a too high safety look. But
it's like the perfect defense, Coach.
Yeah, I know.
Read 2.
It is. It's
roll 3.
Yeah.
All out of a too high shell, odd front. That's what dreams are made of.
I agree, and it has been really great. We won a state championship in 2016 just running our base defense, but we had some really good players that did it. But the game is evolving and the game is changing. The offenses are always figuring you out.
Just thinking arms race.
It really is. And Den Geyer had Jackson Arnold at quarterback, who I think he's still at OU, I believe.
He went to Auburn, I think.
Okay, well,
something.
Went somewhere
Auburn.
Else, but the kid never missed a throw, and it was a slow RPO read that he just sat there and made our OB's life hell. It was is he going to hand it? Is he going to throw it? And he never missed a throw. I think he went probably 20 for 21 on the day. And I knew we were in trouble when early in the first quarter, ROB batted a ball down or batted a ball up, and it ended up right in the receiver's hands. And I was like, well, that's going to be one of those days I see. And so they beat us. We gave them all we had, but in that game, we learned a lot. We can't just sit in that and cover 3, and we evolved. We run a lot more man-free now, with the ability to do some of that still do that other stuff, and we're really, really multiple.
I think multiple defense, because offenses have gotten so multiple, right?
Yeah.
The systems where I'm at,
Yeah.
It all's kind of revolving out of that Bixby system, the tree, Tyler Snyder up there, who's came on the show before. Everyone's trying to run some version of what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure that isn't, like, the NFL's not listening to what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, college coaches are trying to take what he's doing.
Right.
Or some variation of it. And other guys are doing it too. I'm not saying that Tyler invented offense or anything, but that I'm going to run, I'll be in 22 personnel, I'll be in 23 personnel, I'll be in 10 personnel, and it might be the same kids on the field, and they're all really good. And what are you going to do to stop it?
Yes.
And now your kid has to think on the fly, oh, by the way, it's a shift and a motion from 22 to 10 personnel. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
Kid just moving around, flying. Defense has got to be multiple nowadays.
No doubt. When somebody can do that, if you can do that all with the personnel that's on the field and be effective in all of it, I think that's the hardest thing as a coordinator that we have to prepare for. Especially if you're getting motions and going from an empty set to a double tight set, and now you're like, what the heck? Like, you can't bring personnel groupings on and off because those guys are going to be the same guys that are out there. You're just going to get a different look. We've got to be able to put our kids, give them a shot in those situations.
Podcasting has put me at a couple different camps in life with football, and kind of the main thing is like simplicity wins, right? If you can remain simple, your kids can learn it, they can fly around, play fast football, and they're going to win. But there's other pieces of my camp are predatory offenses, and they're like, by all means, go out and set and cover 3 all night long. Be basic, be simple. Please do.
Yes.
Because we're going to do things to make your kids have to talk. They want to be simple, and we're not going to let them be. Now what are you going to do? So where are you at defensively on the keep it simple, and then maybe we are going to have to tag the crap out of this? So where do you fall?
In the middle. A little bit of both, to be honest. With Don Woods, my first defensive coordinator that I was working for in Highland Park, or really, he was a second. The first one I had my position coach wings under. He always said football's easy. You got to get off a block, you got to make a tackle. It doesn't matter what I draw on the board. At the end of the day, it's your job as the defender to get off a block and then go make a play. So, which he really believed, like, we could sit in our base defense, 3-4, read 2, and just stay in that defense the entire time. But at the end of the day, it was the kid's responsibility to earn the right to make a play, getting off a block, and then go make a tackle when you do it. And I still preach that to our kids even now. But I do think, too, there's an aspect of there are things that we can do to help put you in a better situation. And be it through our football film study and everything to know what is it that you're doing in that, in that formation to help you be successful on the field. So I think it's a mix. I will preach to our kids, you've got to earn the right to make a play, and you got to go make a tackle at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what I write on the board. Like, I can be the biggest pencil whipping guru on the board, but if you can't do your part, doesn't matter. And which is why we do believe in doing those circuits every Monday, tackle circuit, every Tuesday, block striking circuit. Because not only does that make our ones better, but that makes our special teams better. It makes our 3s and 4s better. When we want to have we want to keep a goose egg in a shutout, and we're killing somebody. Well, those 3s and 4s that are in there, they got to be able to get off a block and make a play. They don't need to know our big scheme for we should be able to sit in some base things, but those guys need to be able to get off blocks and make plays to keep that shutout intact. But like I said, it helps our special teams units and all that. So I'm a believer in that part of it. But I feel like because offenses are so different and they do so many different things, we've got to be able to adjust to that and have some of that. If not a check with the kids, us will be able to recognize as coaches to help them be successful. And maybe in the course of a game, they may throw something out there that we hadn't seen that year, or see them do that up to that point. And being able to make those adjustments on the fly, which I feel really blessed that the coaches that I have on staff that help us out, they're really good seeing those things and then having the adjustments to be made so that if we ever got in that situation, we get that fixed really quickly.
Absolutely.
I remember in 2020, my first year as a defense coordinator, we had a really, like, our defense was solid. Our especially in the middle of the defense in the front. In the middle of a drive, we were playing Longview, who, if you know anything about Longview football, they are smash mouth. They are like they're a power in Texas football. Coach King does a great job every year, and we're in the middle of a drive, and they had jumped in something that we hadn't seen them do all year, and they were driving. They were getting 5, 6, 7 yards a pop, but like for Longview, like that's perfect. That's all we need. And it was bang, 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 bang. Like they were just going down the field. And in the box, I got a call that said, "Hey, we need to be over on this side, solid on that side." And I'm like, "You're right." I was able to holler at our kids, like, "Hey, to the tight end, we want to be in over. Away from it, we want to be in solid." And like the kids are like, "Okay," and they they just tell them something random in the course of a drive, and it, like, they got it done, and we stopped them. We got them on the sideline and say, be able to talk it through. But our kids are able to do that. Like, they're able to understand football, and I feel like that's because our coaches prepare them well enough to get to that point.
A good coach, box coach, a guy up in the box is worth their weight in gold.
Oh,
right?
100%. We got a bunch of them.
One of my favorite coaching things I ever did, I was in my third year, and I was in the box for a team, and I literally took out a piece of paper and drew what they were, same thing. Yeah. And I drew and what we need to line up, and I screenshotted it. We had huddle sideline. Yeah. So I took our iPad, I screenshot or took a video, and it showed up as a play. It's just, you got to have a guy up there that can think like that.
If somebody can do that and be able to be on the same wavelength, so in Texas we couldn't do that.
Right.
We got to be able to talk it through, and to have somebody that's up in the box that can say what we need to do, or see what they're doing, write it out, and then be able to vocalize me to be able to say, all right, draw this up, this is how we need to do it, or just be able to say it's this and this, or whatever the combination of the coverage or whatever it is, the situation is. But like somebody to recognize it, but then for like me and you to be able to same wavelength in the communication piece is huge.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, Coach, I don't want to keep you all day. I got one more question. Okay. I saw collegiate football, they're going to stop stimming on the D-line. What does that do to you? I know y'all are collegiate rules down here in Texas, right? So
we are.
Is that officially in effect for you, or does it wait a year?
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in effect for us. I used to love to do it. And, you know, when Kirby Smart came on and showed like video, hey, this is why we do it, and it's to try and get the offense to jump. I'm like, yeah, that's why we do it too. Especially if I knew you were going to hard count us and intentionally, like we would do it. We had a different call that was for us to stem a movement to try and get that free play. Like that's what they're trying to do. Well, our kids know, if I know you're hard counting us, we would do the same thing and move on the hit to try and make you think that we were jumping off sides, even though we were moving sideways, laterally. Yeah. Get you to snap the ball and then try and take that shot that our kids were ready for. So I don't know, like we've gone away from it in the last couple of years anyways, because it was the officials' discretion, and we would move and they would call it on us for whatever the verbiage is. It's intentional, like us intentionally trying to get the offensive jump. I'm like, well, yeah, like that's what we're trying to do.
No, I'm changing my. I want to make him talk. I'm going to be in a different gap, right?
Well, which is what I pregame. I would ask the officials, like, what can I say that's going to make our guys move? Because we want to move to a different technique. Like we're not trying to. I would say we're not trying to get them to jump. Like we're trying to move to a different technique. What is it that we can actually say? And we'd get all kinds of variety of things. And sure enough, we'd get in the game and we'd say it, and then they'd throw the flag and it'd be on us. And it got to the point where it wasn't worth working. Because we're going to run it once in a game, maybe twice, and then because the first time we might get away with it, but the second time we run it, they're going to be like, "Oh, your linebacker jabbed his foot or
simulated the snap."
Yes, and I was like, "Well, like, what do you want him to do? Like, he's trying to get out of there." The last couple of years, we've gone away from it, anyways, just because it's it's been more headache than it has been anything else. I loved it. I love doing it. I think it is a defensive tool that we have when in an offensive game, and that's all this is doing, is it's making our offense, or the offenses,
like their job wasn't easy enough.
Right.
Making it easier.
Right. They're just making it even easier on them to be able to.
I did a video series. We went through the whole rule book with Mike D, the referee, which is a guy out of Jersey. He's a referee and former football coach. Mm-hmm. And it almost, you can always tie everything back to like deception. If you're deceiving the other team, that's a penalty, right?
Yes.
So that was always, it was good for me to go through the playbook with him and realize like it doesn't matter what you're doing. If the ref says, I think you're trying to deceive your opponent, it's illegal.
It's to his discretion anyways.
Right, and then we always laugh about triple option football. Like, is that not the ultimate deception tool? Like,
that's right. That's exactly right.
3 people are carrying the ball at once. Yeah. What are we doing? But anyway,
offenses get away with everything.
That's
like
right.
They can get away with all of it. So we've come to find like that's just the way. That's the way of the world. We gotta just try and stop them.
There we go. Coach, man, appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
I know you've got other stuff to do today. I'll let you go. Guys, these episodes will come out in about the next month or so as we chop them up. Be our Thursday releases. I highly recommend you guys go back and listen to all these. We've had some elite coaches on this morning. You talked. I think it was you that said, "What is elite?" Adam Harvey on earlier.
Adam's great.
We had Kel on this morning for our first guest. Coach Bush, I think we're going to try to get back on later today. Just some elite coaches down here. So I'm blessed to have you guys on the show. Get to talk a little bit of ball. Thanks for breaking in the X's and O's with me.
Absolutely.
If you haven't already, reach out to Ace Sports. It's Mark Bridges will be the best contact. Mark.bridges@acesports.com. By all means, DM me, email me, whatever. Go back and listen to the episode. He dropped his phone number if you want to text Mark directly. I realize right now my camera got bumped. Apparently, I am way off screen. But acesports.com, great place to get started. Help really. Man, you can hack your fundraising. Okay? It is the ultimate cheat code in fundraising. So get on there, get it, celebrate your kids. Let's see what we can do for you. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it, guys. We'll see y'all. Should be around 12 o'clock going back live.
Thank you.